Well, that didn't work, so I guess I want to play around with the antenna configuration on there. The orientation, it's going horizontal and it's an Omni, so maybe I need to have it vertical to help. Because welcome to EmComm Solutions, Jake here. Today we're going to go over some of my results from my field testing of my latest Meshtastic relay repeater that is attached to, or I have it attached to, my DJI drone. My first tests were not successful. The antenna is designed, and I'll throw in an image of that, but it's designed to come out this way, which when you mount it puts it basically horizontal. So I put in this 90, turned the antenna down to so it's in a vertical position, and this is hanging from the bottom of the drone. And then I added in real rudimentary switch in here that's hot glued on there, so I could turn this on and off, so I didn't have to worry about trying to disconnect it, removing the back cover here. So this is just TPU, and then unplugging it from the board. I got the rack mini board in there, no GPS, just Bluetooth and the antenna. So real basic. Weight is about 49 grams, so around 1.7 ounces, so super light. Previous testing I did back in the States over a year ago was my LilyGo T Echo that was hanging basically from a piece of fishing line below. That weighed around 8 ounces, and definitely you could tell that the drone was struggling with that, but this being a lot lighter helps. Now when the wind and stuff like that is higher, you've got more drag here, and it does affect its flyability, but it's capable of managing that as long as the weather's not too bad as far as the wind goes. So the enclosure I got from eBay, the seller is Spectre 3D. I'll put a link for his stuff in there. It's 24, and it comes as a kit. In my first video I went over the kit. I'll link that video here so that you guys can check that out if you're interested in, or you can just pop over to that eBay link and check out $24.99 each. As of right now, the price goes down. They're universal setup, so they can be attached to different drones and have different configurations. This worked best for me on my current DJI drone, which is a Mavic Mini. It only has the down sensors. That's one of the things you have to consider when you're operating with these newer drones, is if they have the optical sensors, if they have the omnidirectional, or several of those, where you mount may interfere with that. So you might have to go into, I know at least on DJIs, you can go into sport mode and it'll disable those if you have to mount it somewhere where it's interfering. Because this, if I mount it a little too far back, it'll immediately start trying to go into a climb because it's sensing ground. So, or it's sensing an obstacle that it's in its way. So I have to push it a little further forward. I can still access the power button, which is on the bottom on a Mavic Mini. So, all right. So what were my conclusions for my results? So first go around was unsuccessful. Second go around, I got a several mile contact. I'd set up a node up on a hilltop and then went up into a valley, intentionally blocking and masking that position with terrain. Then I flew the drone up high enough to just barely break the top of that terrain, and then was able to make successful direct, no hops. There's no other nodes in that area anyways. It was pretty rural. So just proof of concept, because honestly, if I was in a heavily used area, I could probably prove this concept a lot easier. But I wanted to show you guys that something as simple as this, and if you already have some sort of drone and it's capable of carrying something this heavy, which is pretty light considering, you could dramatically increase the range of your Meshtastic node. It could help you out in rural areas, even urban areas where buildings and other things might be obstructing your line of sight. Therefore, having the capability of basically an instant antenna that you, even just going up 100 feet, can make a dramatic difference in your ability to talk to who or message and receive messages from whoever it is you're trying to communicate with, right? So especially in an emergency situation, this could be very key. In a more tactical type situation, this could, prevent you from having to unmask yourself on a hilltop. You could just use it to get over the hill just enough and get that message out, and then bring it back down, or receive a reply and then bring it back down, and create some sort of communication windows to where you're only deploying it during those windows. And in the tactical scenario, I wouldn't deploy it in the same location. But either way, this capability could dramatically improve your ability to communicate, especially in those emergencies where you may live somewhere where you're down in a hole, and you don't have cellular coverage, you don't have any other ability to communicate, Wi-Fi, whatever, and you could use this to create a 200, 300, 400 foot tower in a matter of minutes, and be able to receive and send messages as appropriate. So what do you guys think? I think there's a lot more I want to do to this. My future is, once I get back to access to my 3D printer, there's a couple fixed wing or vertical takeoff type fixed wings I was considering building. The ones that 3D printed, that you can 3D print the parts, and then of course you have to buy some other parts. I'll throw images of that here. The Stallion from Flight Door. So the future of this capability, I think I want to expand it into maybe a vertical takeoff fixed wing platform that could loiter longer in an area. Say, go from like maybe 20 to 30 minutes you're going to get out of a small drone to something like an hour or maybe longer, depending on the platform, and be able to loiter. One you can program a route into and just have it do circles or whatever, to where you could provide yourself temporary coverage of an area that you would previously not have access to it. I think that'd be a great capability. I would like to design my own setup that works for exactly what I want, but I need to, my skills with 3D design are pretty rudimentary at best, so I need to practice that and improve that. If you found this content useful, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check out all of our social media, website links, product links, everything else down below, and stay tuned for more emergency communication solutions videos. Thanks for watching.